All right, turning our attention now to semiconductors, seeing a bit of a downturn over the past year. The future outlook not looking too rosy either necessarily, according to Evercore ISI. Evercore, you found this note for us, Soz. Evercore doing a survey of investors and their attitudes about how they feel about semiconductors right now. Not so great. 56% of respondents suggest that downside risk to the semiconductor index, the Philadelphia Semiconductor Index, was at least 10%. So there's a lot of pessimism that's still out there, even after the pullback that we've already seen.
Well, let's surface a couple stocks here that the Evercore investor base seems to like. So some of the most popular long positions, or another way of looking at it would be buy ratings, let's just say. Marvel, they like that. They're sticking with AMD, which I'm not surprised. AMD has made a lot of people a lot of monies under CEO Lisa Su the past 3 years. So they still like AMD despite them warning on growth rates, I believe about a month ago when they reported on semiconductor. Continues to be a favorite on chips, and also Qualcomm, friend of the show, continuing to push into automobiles. It also getting some love. Now, at the top semiconductor shorts here is an interesting list, Julie, I would say. Nvidia is now one of the top short.
But Nvidia's on the long list.
It's also on the long list. It's all over the place. But Nvidia perhaps catching some flack for how its past month has gone. Growth rates have slowed. They have warned, which is not typical to Nvidia. The community over at Evercore also not liking Micron. That company set off, I would say, argue, all of these warnings we've seen in the chip space 2 months ago when they came out with earnings. Intel, not a favorite. They have continued to struggle. Texas Instruments also not a fave with Evercore's folks.
Yeah, and Wolfspeed on that list as well. The company formerly known as Cree, wasn't this Cree?
Yes.
And now it's Wolfspeed. Did I say Wolfspace? Wolfspeed.
I love that
Wolf
name.
Is the ticker.
It should just be a buy rating just because of the name. Wolfspeed.
Well, and what's interesting is why this is important is semiconductors have been such an area of focus for investors and such a favored group by investors. And obviously also, as we were just reminded by Kevin, it's an area that the U.S. government is pouring money into in order to foster and grow domestic production. And so sort of the long-term fundamental thesis on this is that we're going to see growth. The question is what happens between now and then, and what is that magnitude of growth, and what does the valuation match that magnitude of growth? That's always the question.
Yeah, it just surprised me how fast sentiment has turned on Nvidia. This has been a market darling for going on 5 years. This company can do no wrong, and even at the slightest sniff that they might be struggling over the next 6 months, and again, you see the sentiment turns. It's very
well,
amazing.
And again, it's expressed in the idea that it's both on the short idea, most popular short ideas, and most popular. Unless there's a typo, it's on both the long and the short list as the most popular.
Buy 10 shares, sell 10 shares,
which lets you know just how conflicted investors are.